Can you talk to me about what it's like, man, working with, 98, 99 Hove? This is, Money Ain't a Thing is one of the earlier records that I feel like got Jay-Z real radio play too. What was that like? Video crazy, records crazy, but what's Jay-Z like back then? Was because you always hear he was one of the first guys who was writing nothing down.
Yeah, it was 100%. He didn't write the rap for Money Anything on no paper that I saw. He actually wrote the rap in the car while we was driving back to my house, and he didn't even hit a beat. What Jay-Z does is a little bit disturbing for me as a songwriter, because I could do the same thing where I don't write it on paper. I do that now, but I have to voice it. And him and Big never. I was sitting in the studio one night with Big when we was doing My Way album, and Biggie was writing the rap for Lil' Kim, and Biggie had C's go to Branson. It used to be the spot up in Harlem, and he brought back what's them jars? What's the jar called? What y'all call them jars? Yeah,
Mason jar?
Yeah. He brought back a jar full of weed, and he told C's to roll up. C's rolled up about 10 blunts, right? And he's smoking Phillies then, so it's all Phillies. Like, boom, roll them up. Just for him, just for Big. And he sat there, and he smoked at least 5 blunts in front of me within like 20 minutes. By himself. Boom. Boom. And then he said, I'm ready. And I'm like, what the fuck you mean you ready? But he had the beat playing. Jay-Z didn't even hear the beat. We was in the car with the idea. I just told him what the idea was. Big at least was sitting there
with the beat playing. He's smoking, the beat's playing.
Yeah, the beat's playing. So I'm like, okay, that's what I can do.
He's putting it together in his head.
I still have to hear myself say it.
Right.
Neither one of these guys is like vocals saying it out loud. Big goes in there and does this one pass. One take.
And this is a reference for Lil' Kim.
Yeah. And I'm like, this is unbelievable.
Jesus.
And by the way, I seen Biggie do this before Jay did it with Money and then with me. For me, I was just like, it's crazy because we as individual people, we all have this same, we all know how to do this because we all memorize songs that we like without seeing lyrics.
Facts.
You know what I mean? So if you like something, you memorize the lyrics. You know what I mean? But you have to be able to like it in your head before you hear it. That's all it is. So I learned, I did the exact same thing with Confessions. I wrote the song with no paper, driving down 3rd, and I saw Beverly Sun in front of me, and that's why I say that in the song. Like every time I was in LA, I was with my ex-girlfriend. Every time he call you, tell you, hey, I'm working. No, I was out doing my work. I wasn't thinking about you getting hurt. I'm hand in hand in the Beverly Sun, like, man, not giving a damn who sees me. All of these lines, I wouldn't even wrote it like that if I wouldn't have been in LA.
You were in the car and you were just it was.
I just seen it like I was just looking at what was around me.
So when you're doing that and you're in the car, are you doing voice notes?
Nah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I did exactly what they was doing. You just have to you just memorize. You're saying it in your head.
So are you going to the studio are you on the way to the studio?
I wanted to go. I had left the studio because I had a writer's block. And that's the only reason I got in the car.
Beats playing?
The beats playing. I got in the car and I was like, I can't really come up with nothing. So I started driving down the street on my way to Malibu. And I'm going, like I said, I'm driving and I'm thinking about I started just starting to think about all kind of things.
Was the word Confessions out in the air?
No.
Okay.
I had this conversation with my friend about All Bad, and we was talking about he had a situation when everything that he was telling me about the situation just sounded completely bad. Like, you doing all this with a side girl, and you got a girl, and this is not going to end well. This is going to be all bad. And that's what I basically started saying that was the song was going to be. So, but I also felt like this is Usher's 3rd album. We got to find something else to talk about. Right. So I'm just trying to I feel like, and I was in LA too. I'm in LA and I'm feeling like this ain't where I write at. I need to be in Atlanta. So I'm already feeling like I'm in a space, right? Yeah, I'm uncomfortable and I get writer's block. So I'm just driving and I start trying to say, okay, well, what would Kaiser Soze do.
Oh, fucking Unusual Suspects, man.
Yeah, Kaiser Soze started looking around and started like saying like
Yeah, you'd see a coffee
the
cup.
yellow tech.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
Bootleg Kev was at the house, and then you know what I mean. You just start saying what you see, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, let me try this, and that's what I just started doing. I just looked at the Beverly Center, and I was like, every time I was in LA, I'm thinking about
Kaiser Sose Confessions.
yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's funny because as you being the guy who writes the song, and then the narrative that comes out of the song that it's about Usher's relationship with Chili. Is that like that's
crazy.
It's crazy, right? Because it's like 100% like
It has nothing to do with her.
people still fully believe that that's the case.
No, I got an argument with her about it. She thought I deliberately did this and wrote about her. I'm like, yo, this don't have nothing to do with you.
Kaiser Sose'd it while driving around LA.
Yeah,
Chili,
but don't nobody like. By the way, me saying that nobody wants to believe that. They all want to believe that the story was about her, and you know, she was a character in my story writing.
right?
Like she was the girl that he was talking to because that was his girlfriend. But the entire story of it was all
Music video didn't help, by the way.
Yeah,
Because
music. That was
the actress that was casted was
that'll make it a little believable, right? Yeah.
for sure. For you, man, talk about Magic City. You know, shout out to Mr. Magic. Shout out to, you know, it's a cultural just milestone in hip hop, man. And you know, I think about the careers that have been made out of that place, and just it's, you know, so much significance to what it means in a certain era of hip hop and just Atlanta in general. Why do you think was so important to help tell that story?
Because like you know, you being in LA, and I feel like one of the things that's missing from the Atlanta hip hop cloth is that the culture of Atlanta is never really talked about, right? The artist is talked about, but what happens in the city is never really talked about. And the thing that happens most in the city is strip clubs, and it's looked down upon, right? It's looked down upon like it's degrading women and this, that, and the third. So I feel like the right light hadn't been shined on it to make sure that people lose that space, right? Like even like gangbanging in LA, I feel like at some point in time, people probably thought gangbanging was the worst thing that ever happened in America.
Mm-hmm.
But then it became life. And it became something that you just have to deal with, and the rest of the world has to deal with it. And it is what it is. When you go to LA, it's what it is. If you go to a neighborhood, this is what's happening. It's an automatic thing for you to say, this a blood neighborhood or this a Crip neighborhood. I just wanted people to be like the same thing. Like when you come to Atlanta, don't be shy to talk about the strip clubs, because so much has happened in Blue Flame, the Gentleman's Club, Nicky's, you know, and like Lil Nicky's is where Tupac shot the police, right? And
Crazy.
Like, but that's the image that the club has, as opposed to like
It being this.
yeah, as opposed to being a place where we would go to and have a good time. And I just feel like it's time for, you know, Atlanta has only had one movie in this whole cultural explosion, which was ATL. And ATL didn't really dive into the culture of Atlanta besides the skating rink. And that's, by the way, that's cultural as well. But we got other things that Atlanta holds on to. That's why I did Freaknik as well.
Shout out to Freaknik, yeah.
Yeah.
What an era. It's crazy because I saw recently like didn't a girl get mad that she was in the documentary?
And Freaknik?
Yeah.
No. She was just
Because wasn't she like a lawyer now or some crazy shit?
She was one of the girls that said she had a bad experience.
Right.
You know, and you know, like even that we can't hide that.
Right.
Because everybody's experience at Freaknik was different.
Right.